I've been waiting for that since that music queued up. Oh, here we go.
Well, and I made you put the damn thing back down so you could have your tradition of putting it back up.
I was almost gonna lie and just pretend, but I'm dedicated.
Yeah, no. You've got your traditions that we have to do.
We have to do it.
But see, now you're in a good place.
Oh, buddy, you don't even know. Legs out, football's on, new mic stand. Oh, I might fall asleep. Oh, he fell asleep right there.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome, everybody, to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Big Mike.
And what episode are we on now? 12?
You know what? We are on 12.
We are on 12.
It came by quick, didn't it?
Yeah, holy hell. I mean, we were all happy about double digits and everything, and now we're up to 12, and yeah, well, welcome to episode 12, The Gangbang.
This one might be a fan favorite at Tap 4 once they hear it.
Well, you know, I think everything should be a fan favorite at Tap 4, honestly.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm just going to continually loop the podcast in the background.
Hey,
all day, all night.
More listens, the better.
That's right.
Yeah,
get those numbers up.
Yeah, right. We're just constant streaming. But the further we get into this, there will be more episodes, so it won't be like the 12 Christmas songs that the retail stores play or something like that. It'll be a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never hear the same one twice. And if you do, that means you've been there very long.
Oh, they got back to episode 1 again. I should probably check in and see if anybody needs anything. Hello, family.
Oh, man.
Well, episode 12, The Gangbang, and this week we are drinking something a little different. Found something online. It's called The Representative. It's a 4-year-old barrel-proof whiskey. It's it's
a hot 4-year-old.
It is a very hot 4-year-old, which sounds wrong in all the ways.
Yeah, we might have to edit that out.
But no, this is a lovely, like, there's a lot of flavor to it, and it's really impressive. But motherfucker,
it's very warm.
It's hot. Both Mike and I both have rocks in ours.
Yeah.
We just couldn't.
We need to tone this one down. This is the first sip of any alcohol since last night, and it perked me up a little bit. So if we get through this glass, we might go on a field trip or something.
We're going on a trip in our favorite piece of shit. Well, cheers to episode 12 there, Mike.
Cheers, buddy. Oh, look at that. Baby sip. I'm not going to lie. Smooth. Oh, my God. Man.
All right, so the few reviews that, like, we try not to look at reviews before we taste these things, but this is something that neither of us have ever even seen, and it was every review was, if you can add water to it, it really opens it up a little bit. And it's hot. It's damn hot.
It's super hot. Has, like you said, though, it has crazy flavors.
Yeah.
Front, on the back.
Mm-hmm.
And that ice cube has worked.
Yes.
Our first sip happened, 4 or 5 minutes ago?
Yep.
And just that time, with that big cube just melting enough, it has toned it out. Quite a bit. I still don't know if I'm going to pound this glass.
No. We're going to take it easy on this stuff.
Man, I got to get home at some point. I need a Tesla to drive my ass home.
This is just, you should just start Ubering over here.
That might be an option.
It seems like the better option. Well, where's the gangbang come from?
Well, I mean, So
I know.
Tap 4, we have some seltzer drinkers, fairly new seltzer drinkers, but seltzer drinkers.
Mm-hmm. I'm one of them.
Yes. So we have tested and tried out many seltzers over the years. Favorite one, ironically, and it's like across the board, there's really no one that I know that dislikes it, but we sell Seek Out brand. Whose parent company is Two Town Cider, so down in Corvallis.
Okay,
but they
They do a seltzer.
They do a seltzer. They made a seltzer brand to work under, so it's Seek Out. And we have 2 flavors. We have a blackberry and we have a raspberry.
Okay.
About 50-50, really, as far as
sales.
Blackberry, maybe we'll go 60-40. I got to be 60-40 blackberry. So blackberry just a little more popular, but not by much.
All right.
Then we have had customers that like the 2 together. So much so. So one's on line 17 and the other one's on line 18.
And that both those lines come out the same tap, like riser.
The tower. Yep. So it's a 1 tower system with 2 taps coming off it. So we were selling so much of this mixture that I was like, we need to come up with the name. So first name that came right off the bat was 17.5, right?
Okay.
Why not? Cute, easy to remember.
Yeah.
But it would confuse people. Other customers would hear, right?
Like platform 9 3/4.
Yeah. Right, you're sitting at the bar. Someone walks up. It's like, can I get a 17.5? And they're looking at the board. They're like, what the fuck is a 17.5?
Secret menu, motherfucker.
Secret menu, man. Everyone has them, right? So we did that for quite some time. The history that I know, if my memory serves me correct, the actual name Gangbang came from a Mug Club member whose name's Nick.
Okay.
So he was the one that kind of coined the gangbang term for the mixture. So now we actually have a name for it, and it's the gangbang. So talk about awkward. I thought when someone ordered a 17.5, that was awkward. Now someone walks up to the bar and they're like, "Hey, Mike, give me a gangbang." People's eyes are like,
"Oh my god,
what kind of place is this?" I know they got a rub and tug joint next to them, but geez, they do gangbangs here.
Hang on, just step behind the shower curtain.
That's
over
right.
there.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh God! So you just got all these regulars coming in, going, "Give me a gangbang."
Yep.
Or give me a banger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's just give me a banger. So it's funny. It's mostly males that drink the seltzers, but we do have some young ladies, right?
Yeah.
And I don't feel right. They're like, "Hey, can I get one of those?" I don't want to yell, "Oh, you want a gangbang, huh?" So I try to, depending on who's ordering it, I try to
try not to be quite so overt with it. Like, hey, this girl over here wants a gangbang. Yeah, but so does this guy over here, and one of them is going to be successful in asking.
So the old gangbang, see? So if you've never been to Tap and you want to come check it out.
Yeah, come check out the gangbang.
Just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm here for the gangbang."
Oh my God. If you walk in and you say, "I heard on the podcast that I need to come in and ask for a gangbang," I think there will be like $1 discount.
Oh, not only that, but your picture will be taken and it has to go on social media.
Tap for you up there in Tigard off of 99W.
See, that's right. Home of the gangbang. Big Mike on Mondays and Tuesdays and gangbang 7 days a week. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I hope OLCC doesn't listen to this.
Do you have a permit for gangbangs? Like, no, they're all volunteers.
Well, so, we do half pours too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes people will come and they don't want to have a whole pint, or they've had a pint and they want something else, but they don't, a whole another 16 ounce, or if you're a Mug Club member, another 20 ounce might not be the most responsible decision. So, we'll do half pours. So we even have a name for the half pour gangbang.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that one's called Just a Tip. Don't ask me why. It sounded like a good idea when we coined it, but I'm like, it doesn't. Well, yeah, just a tip. So we got Just a Tip, which is a half gangbang. You're not fully committing. And then the full one, just a gangbang.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if you have too many gangbangs in an evening, you're sore the next day.
Yes. I don't care if it's only 5%. Gangbangs are dangerous, people.
Uh-huh.
Did fake? Oh, flag.
flag. Let's see what they call. Yeah, so we've still got football on. So at least we're not down to like curling or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out then.
I got roped into a freaking fantasy football playoff pool, buddy.
No.
Yep.
Why would you do that?
Well, it was...
Is it a pick'em or?
No, so it's literally I'm group from Tapforia.
Okay.
Touchdown. They called touchdown for Baker Mayfield. Look at that. Anyways, 7 of us. And we had a live draft before the playoffs started.
Oh, shit.
And you had to, of course, only pick from playoff teams.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. I've never done...
I don't understand how this would work, because if you've got, say, a couple of players from, the Packers, all of a sudden you don't have any players left.
Oh, buddy. 2 quarterbacks, both of mine out already. I had Hurt and Tua.
Ouch.
So it's accumulation from start of playoff through end of Super Bowl. So once your player is out, of course, you cannot collect any more points from said player.
Yeah.
So it's a little stressful. My draft, it was unlike any other draft that I've ever done before as far as like planning.
Huh.
I was confused. So it's a 2 quarterback.
So you got to hope that you can pick somebody who's going to survive a little bit longer.
Yes, it almost boils down to you're trying to predict the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you got to pick who's going to be in there the longest. Yeah, so it's like a pick 'em, but you're picking players.
Yeah, so it's just very confusing. I had 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 2 kickers, 2 defensive teams, and then I think we have 3 or 4 wide receivers, and I think 2 or 3 running backs.
Jesus.
So
this just sounds like too much fucking work, man.
Yeah.
Like a straight pick 'em would just like even that would be difficult at this point. I probably would have picked the Packers last night and would have been out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I went heavy on the Niners.
Yeah.
Problem is they had 1 less game.
Oh.
So as of now, I don't look good. So you have to think about
So
that. So that's
go.
what I'm saying. The draft was so fucking confusing, man.
That's fucking hard, because then you've got to buy. But yeah, all right. So at least in the second week, you'll have your quarterback or your whatever it is that's on the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
But
and I went heavy. I have McCaffrey.
Oh, that's smart though.
I have Kittle as one of my tight ends. I have a few Baltimore players, a few Kansas City players, but I did fuck up. I thought it was going to be Philly and the Niners.
Oh.
So since Philly, somehow, I still can't get over Tampa Bay beating them last week.
No, you know how that happened. The last 6 weeks of Philly's combined capability was absolute shit.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? You're going to take a knee and just run into the... Come on, at least throw 1 pass.
Especially with 10.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a threshold. A few seconds, I absolutely agree. But if you got enough for a play, they should force them to run a play.
Yep. Make them, see what you can do in the last seconds there. Whatever. I guess this is probably why I'm not an NFL coach, amongst other reasons.
I do love Doug Campbell, though. He is freaking amazing for Detroit.
Yeah.
He would probably be the closest to if you and I were in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little Mike McDaniel sprinkled in there.
Really?
I love it. I think he's...
I like him a lot, but I don't think that's anywhere near us. I think we'd be sitting up there doing more of a Marshawn Lynch, like, I'm only here so I don't get fined. Because if I actually answer a question, it's probably going to be a problem, and I'm going to get fined for what I say to you guys. So I am here, and I'm answering questions the same way.
I wish more coaches did that, because I hate the questions, right? They interview them when they come out of tunnel.
Yeah.
All right, coach, second half start, and what adjustments or changes I'm like...
Well, we're losing 45-0, so I think we're going to adjust a few things. However, I'm not going to tell you and put it on the national broadcast so that some, jackass that works for the other team could be like, hey, by the way, they said they're going to push their tight ends out more. What the hell? What were we talking? Oh, the gangbang.
Oh, yeah, gangbang. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Fantasy freaking football.
So the gangbang, like, I feel like, so when I'm, I'll be at tap sometimes and somebody will come in and be like, give me a banger, give me the gangbang. And it's one of those things where if you're not in the know, that is absolutely a distressing thing to hear somebody come in and just announce, like,
Yes.
I want a gangbang. And
especially who's ordering it sometimes, because a few people that drink said gangbangs are larger gentlemen, right?
Well,
muscular and
me and
facial hair and
well, I wouldn't call myself muscular, but I'd call myself a larger gentleman. So, oh, you weren't talking about me. Fuck, God damn it. But I mean, so there's so many times where we're somewhere, and either just because we lack a filter or whatever, that we just announce shit. So like we'll be at some dance competition, or we'll be at some auction or something like that, and you'll see somebody and you'll be like, "What's up, motherfucker?" And like, oh, that was really loud. I should probably have not said that quite that loud in the middle of a Catholic school auction. Damn. or yelling at each other across from a dance competition place or something, wherever we are, and we're just, Mike, you want to go get lit up? Yeah, let's go eat food and get lit up. Oh, hey kids.
Dude, I wish I remember what was said yesterday. We were just at a dance competition up in Vancouver, and there was 4 of us eating at Smokin' Oak, and we were in a booth that faced the bar.
Yeah.
And I forgot, one of us said something, and I remember the table next to us all kind of cranked their heads and looked, and it wasn't anything like super foul, but just out of context, right?
Right.
And then our waitress came by, and she's like, oh, you guys are freaking hilarious. And she remembered our wives from last weekend, because we've been at the same damn hotel 2 weekends in a row. So she knew exactly what
regulars
Mary and Kate were drinking. They had the ranch water, and I was like, oh my God, we're regular. I didn't think I'd ever be a regular at a restaurant or bar up in frickin' Vancouver. Oh, well. But no, yes, it's a lot of the times just out of context, right?
Yeah.
Which is funny.
I mean, like, somebody yells Big Mike, and yeah, okay, you're a tall guy, but you yell, "What's up, Big Mike? Let's go get lit up." and people are gonna be like, "What in the fuck is these rednecks doing here?" Well, like, so I grew up out in the country, but then I went back east for college, and the fraternity I was in, they just decided that because I lived in Oregon, I was basically a redneck.
Yeah.
I had to explain to them several times that we were not being raided by Native Americans on a regular basis. Like, we're not funny. Circling the wagons. We have electricity.
Like, why is it the East Coast, that's their kind of first thought and views of the Northwest?
We're just bumfuck hicks, and we barely got any civilization. I'm like, motherfuckers, Amazon and Starbucks started out here, right? Like, we're just north of California, so it's not like you go across the California-Oregon border and the power shuts off.
There's no streets, no power grids. We go from cars down south to wagons.
Yeah, exactly. So my fraternity name was Hayseed, and so okay. I was fine with it. Like, it could have been, I could have been redneck asshole or something even worse, but Hayseed was all right. And so regularly people would be walking into someplace and be like, "Hayseed, what's up, motherfucker?" And I'm like, "Hey," and then somebody else would be like, "Why are you called Hayseed?" Well, because I'm from Oregon. Oh my God, you're from Oregon?
Holy, how did you get out here?
Wait, let me rephrase. You're from Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon, yeah.
Like, no, I'm from Oregon, which, like your heart that I will rip out of your chest, is an organ. I'm from Oregon.
They're like, oh.
Well, then why do they call you Hayseed? Well, all right, fine. I'm from the country in Oregon, but we do have civilization out there. But all the time, it would, either Hayseed or whatever, whoever's yelling at you, somebody yells something that is probably not appropriate across a very crowded room. And, you wonder how many people are going to judge you based on what was just yelled across the room. Like, somebody walks into a big public space and like, Dick Swinging Mike, what's up? Hey, thanks for that. This is the director of the dance studio or the competition here, and they're now going to refer to me as Dick Swinging Mike. I appreciate that.
Which you do not want to be known as a child dance competition.
Why are you referred to that? Well, it's always in private, I promise. It's not because of our wives.
No, absolutely not. No, it's funny. My wife definitely, she tells me that, quote unquote, my voice carries.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many times in a given week that we're somewhere, right? And I'll say something.
Yeah.
And she just kind of looks and does the head shake, like, seriously? And I'm like, well, I didn't want to get up and go over there to talk to so-and-so. So I figured if I yelled blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then after it might have not been the best choice of words, but hey, they at least acknowledged we did all right over, and then everything was good.
Yeah, right. It's totally, it's not totally fine. I get it. Like, sometimes because our voices carry or because we're just so loud, like it might be a little weird, but I don't think it's that bad. I think it's just personal. It's just personality, but it definitely embarrasses them more than not.
Dude, you would have been very proud of me. So we were up in Vancouver, right? Hilton dance competition. Yeah. Literally just this last night. This story's not even barely 12 hours old, and I like to stand in the back, right? I'm a large guy. I'm sick. I hate sitting down, blocking. I always feel bad, even when I go to concerts and sporting events. I'm usually that guy, right? If I sit behind a child, I'll usually switch with someone in my group because I don't want to block a kid's view. Plus I just like to stand. I figure my diaphragm's extended and I can yell.
You can't hold still to save your life anyways.
No, except for, dude, if the dance competitions had these fucking reclining chairs, I could get behind that.
Maybe we should get some of these with like a little wheelchair thing underneath, like a little joystick, and we just like drive around in the reclined version. Excuse me, can you get the door?
That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, so you're standing in the back.
So I'm standing in the back doing what I always do, right? Yeah. Hooting and hollering and clapping. Well, I don't know what it was yesterday, but every person was driving me batshit crazy. We had a group of dance families, not from our studio, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But they had small kids. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they were like playing fucking hide and go seek, and they were being so loud,
just disruptive in the middle of
literally I can hear it, right? And I know that probably the dancers on the stage probably can't hear it because there is some distance between the back of the ballroom, right?
And it's loud. It's louder than shit up there on stage with the speakers and everything. I get it.
But I'll tell you, Kate was standing next to me. She could see the twinkle in my eye. I was like, dude, all these fucking kids are driving me nuts. All I can hear on the right side of me are the kids like
squealing and just being obnoxious.
Dude, they're fucking screaming and talking and playing games. So I was starting to look at the parents, and Kate was like, oh, here it goes. Something. Dude, I showed so much restraint. I stared at the parents to let them know that I could hear their kids. And then every once in a while, they'd go and be like, shh, shh, shh. They would gather them around and tell them they have to be quiet. And then 8 seconds later, it was the... You're in, blah, blah, blah. So I showed much restraint because I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Under my breath, a lot was said.
Right.
But to any of the children, I thought I was shh to one of the kids at one point might have been appropriate. But then I was like...
They're not my kids.
They're not my kids, so I'm not going to do it.
That's what Joanna keeps reminding me of in these situations is like, they're not your kids. Like, yes, however... They are not being appropriate for the situation. Like, I understand that sometimes I'm not appropriate for the situation.
And you could tell me.
But you can tell me that. Like, how is it not okay that I tell this kid to shut the fuck up?
I wanted to so bad.
Like, I used to carry around, like, so I had that front pack that I carried around that had all the candy in it and everything else that the kids loved last year. But I also used to carry around a spritz bottle like just a small spray bottle that you're supposed to use for like watering a plant or something.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I always had it in my truck because when our kids were younger, I would spray them when they were being shits in the back. So like you would punish a cat.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. It's just like the fucking cat spray bottle,
Yeah,
right?
it's exactly what it is. So they'd start to pick at each other, and I just and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, why would you do that?" And like, because you guys are being idiots. And so I thought I'd better just spray you because you're clearly not listening to the whole "let's not be assholes in the car" conversation that I'm having with you. So now I'm going to just spray you. Every time you're obnoxious, I'm going to spray you.
And it got their attention immediately, didn't it?
Yeah, and it breaks them out of their little pea brain and everything else. And so there was one competition last year where I just carried around that spray bottle in my little front pack. And I did it one time to one kid in our studio, not like some other random studio, but like I sprayed them one time because they were starting to get a little obnoxious and a little snotty and everything else. And they were like, why would you do that? Because you're not being a good example and you're not being a good kid right now. So I needed to solve your issue for you. So I did.
See?
And they, from then on, they would just kind of look at me like out of the side of their eye, like, "Do you have the spray bottle out?" "Oh, you do. All right. I guess I'll be good."
It made them think. And they were aware. Situational awareness.
And it's not like I'm spraying them with Kool-Aid or something that's going to stain their costume. It's a little bit of water right in your ear.
All right, well, I like that idea. I might steal it from you.
Do it.
I would have been fucking super soaking people last night.
Just don't ever spray your wife. It's a bad idea.
Oh, I did it
me.
once. We had a cat. We had a little spray ball at the house, and I think I hit her with it once in the kitchen. And when I saw the life flash before my very own eyes, I knew that not a good choice. We'll file that one in the do not repeat category.
I'm gonna go do grocery shopping for the next 4 hours.
Yeah, seriously.
'Cause sometime in the next 4 hours, you might kill me.
I'm gonna go drive across the state and pick produce from different areas just for you, honey. I love you. So yeah, I wish I actually would have had that last night. Because like I said, I don't know why. Maybe it was because I had a few drinks in me. Or maybe it was just one of those days that the kids started it. And then the funniest part was, then I had a grandma to my right. We ended up moving locations.
Right.
We kind of got a little farther away from the kids.
Yeah.
So we started watching from the right side. And I literally look over to my right. Cute lady, man. She must have been in her freaking 70s, right?
Yeah.
Full on recording the dance. And the funniest part was just behind her was the audio video group.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, if you don't go to these things, audio and video recording at these competitions,
highly illegal.
You are not supposed to do that because they want to video it and they want to charge you an arm and a leg for the video of it or the photos of it or whatever it is.
Not only is it creepy, right, because it's kids on stages, you don't know if it's a parent recording. You don't know if it's not like there's high-level security at these events, right?
It's a 70-year-old woman recording. That's probably grandma. Got it.
I just was laughing because...
But Mike or Alex with our phone out and, like, no context.
Dude, I've almost seen fights over this, right?
Dude,
like,
last year, you damn near did get in a fight.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say me. Thanks. Yeah, it's punishable. You could fight over it, right? Especially if it's someone recording your kids dance, which this situation was.
Yes.
And I didn't recognize this person from
our studio,
a direct family person or even anyone from. So yes, there was a few people that got heated and it luckily was calmed down, but it is very weird to see people recording. I was shocked personally. I think the thing that just shocked me is I know it was an old lady. I would love to record my kid shit, but like you said, I feel like the difference between a cute grandma doing it and one of us doing it is night and day. But the fact that literally the audio video people were off her right shoulder, I'm like, they should.
Busted.
Some dance competitions, dude.
They'll kick you out.
They literally will go down mid. They'll tell you absolutely not. You have to delete it.
Yep.
This one didn't care, so I did. As the dance ended, she walked behind me, and under my breath, I go, "That was so smooth. And Kate kind of chuckled. I think she was appreciative that I didn't say anything,
Yeah,
I
like,
wasn't
you're
going to
not-
blow up at this.
Yeah.
Old grandma, she probably had fucking bear spray in her purse anyways.
Oh my God, she totally would have.
Could you imagine?
She would have OC sprayed you instantly too. Leave me alone, you creepy motherfucker!
Breaking news. Man gets doused with bear spray, then they have to evacuate the dance competition. So it's just one of those nights for me last night, between the kids fucking screaming and playing tag in the background, and then watching people. She was not the only one recording. I was like,
when it's so hard to hold it inside, like you want to just say all the things, like, usually we're cheering, we're like, yeah, let's go, and every once in a while you want to be like, shut your fucking kids up. Woo!
When I caught myself, this is only the second competition of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure out sections of the dance that are better for screaming and,
Yeah.
By the end of the season, I have it down
where
to a
you're
science.
supposed to be cheering.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I caught myself like really, really, like I was so into each dance because I was trying to learn those moments.
You go.
That I can hoot and holler.
Oh,
so,
that's adorable.
yeah, isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So there it goes. There's the 2 cents. Big Mike almost blew up on everyone at the dance competition. But see, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah,
I'm learning, buddy.
Look at you holding it in.
I am learning, right? Sometimes it's better just to be
apparently
quiet.
I've got to look, though. So, we had that snowstorm and ice and everything this week. And early on in the week, everybody wanted to come up to our place when it was, when it was still drivable, because we've got that huge hill right there in our road.
Yeah.
And so they'll plow half the road and leave the other half for sledding and fun and everything else. So everybody wants to come up here because there's all sorts of like wide open, no trees, let's just launch a sled down a hill kind of place. So all these kids from like 7 years old to 17 years old are coming up here to have a good time. And the problem is that we're the only people that they know up here. So they're sledding. We're just getting random kids dropped off in front of our house, and then they're sledding, and then they come into our house and they're like, "Oh my God, that's so much fun. Do you have any food?"
Are you shitting me? Parents are dropping their kids off?
Yeah. Like there's just gaggles of kids out there, like from various groups, and everybody, they're of all ages, and they're like, "I gotta go to the bathroom." Like, okay. Come in and they strip off all their snow-covered gear in the mudroom, and they go to the bathroom, but then they come back and they're like, do you have any Dr. Pepper? Like, so by the time the snow melted later, like yesterday basically, I'm finding pop cans everywhere out there. There's wrappers from like all the snacks and the Cheez-Its and everything else. It's all just scattered out there that had been buried in the snow or left out there. And like, son of a bitch.
Oh,
like,
man.
Oh, I so badly, like some of these kids would come in and just start eating. And I'm like, no. Did you pay the entry fee? No,
Yeah,
you didn't. The entry fee is a bottle of booze.
So next time, Timmy,
the only way I'm dealing with this many teenagers and sub-teenagers is
you tell
with
your
booze.
mom and dad next time they drop you off.
Is either with booze or don't bother dropping them off. Like even our kids' friends like that show up and it's like, you guys want what? No. I am not going to make you 6 dozen pizzas for the 30 people that showed up randomly. If you guys wanted to eat, you should have eaten before you came up here.
That's right.
It's like,
freaking kids.
Holy shit, I spent like $500 at Safeway this week to refill all the shit that they ate. Like, yeah, we get normal groceries every week, but all the other like basics were fucking gone. Like, how in the hell did this happen?
That's what happens when these kids don't have frickin' school for this long.
Oh, god damn, I can't wait for them to go back to school on Monday.
You and me both. I cannot.
I think there's going to be a nap in my future.
I just want them to go to school.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll be at TAP working like a normal Monday, but I just want... Dude, that was a long... Because Tiger 12th, and they did...
Yeah,
They took the Friday off before
Oh shit!
for an in-service day. Then they had MLK
see,
on Monday,
we
and then
did
they
an-
had the 4 days off.
Yeah, so we did an early release on Friday before the storm hit because they were sure it was coming in, and they were right. Somewhere around 3:34, it started to get snowy and nasty and stuff, and that's fine. But then you've automatically got Monday off, and then by Tuesday, there's no way anything's happening.
Yeah.
Wednesday, no, it's still really not there. Thursday, oh yeah, we know we can probably do something. Never mind. Never mind. Ice storm's coming in now. And Friday they've got off. So each day, after the initial like Tuesday, I know you're not going to school kind of stuff. Eventually it was, I'll wake you up if you have to go to school. I never woke them up. And I just, every day that I could like go in and get a little bit of work done, I would go in and work for a little bit just to get the fuck out of the house.
Yep.
Like, I love our children, but 7 days was enough. 9 days is too much.
And they're not leaving because they can't drive. They're just here.
Yep. And we still have, like, I still got half a day today to deal with them. I could do this. I could do this. Hey, Mike, you want to come over and record a couple episodes so we can just shut ourselves up in the room and not have to deal with children or people or anything like that?
Yep. Whiskey and Wine Podcast brought to you by Tapforia Tap House and Bottle Shop. Tapforia has 28 taps, including beer, wine, cider, seltzer, and kombucha. Stop in for a pint, mug, or growler fill of your favorite adult beverage. Located on Highway 99W in Tigard, visit tapforia.com and follow them on their social media to see what they have each day on tap. Tapforia, craft beers and wine. Oh, man. See, we have loud voices, buddy, so everywhere we go.
Yeah.
People can hear us. Dance competition.
Uh-huh.
Just anywhere. Where else? Where else are you getting? Where are you especially loud? Because I know where I get a little loud too. Besides dance stuff, and out with friends.
So we used to have season tickets to the Beavers, the Oregon State Beavers, because we'd love to go down, and unfortunately we eventually gave those up because they were so bad. The team was so bad. All the games were 7:30 starts.
Yeah.
Which meant we weren't getting home until 1:30 in the morning, and we were just too fucking old for that. You can stay totally sober and still struggle to drive home at 1:30 in the morning. It hurts at this age. So we used to go down all the time, and we had really nice tickets on the visitor sideline, about 6 rows up, about on the 50.
All right, not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Yeah, good seats, like able to still see the field, but kind of hear what's going on the sideline for the other team and everything else. Well, so I always like to like yell funny things at the players because these are just kids and they're out there having a good time. So I'd yell a few funny things each game to them, but then the Ducks come to Reser Stadium one time for the Civil War, back when it was a Civil War, and
always will be the Civil War.
Yeah, there you go. So they come and it's back in the era of Chip Kelly coaching the Ducks, okay. And they're handling us pretty well, but I don't know, like somewhere mid third or probably mid second quarter, I think it was. I finally kind of had enough, and I was like, "Hey, bitch tits Kelly, why don't you stop running up and down the sideline? You're going to give yourself a heart attack, fatty." And I guess we were close enough that like one of the players on the Ducks sideline like turns around and I see him mouth, "Bitch tits?" And so I look at him and I just kind of give like he's got big boobs hand signal, and he's chuckling so hard. And I'm like, got him. Oh, dude. All right, perfect.
There is nothing better than having players, once they acknowledge you, even if it's not even visually sometimes.
Yep.
But if you can see them chuckling, right? Yep. Or talking to someone and doing the little pointing back where it's like, "Dude, did you hear that?" That's all you need, because you now own them the rest of the game. So Brace has duck tickets, Otsa, and he's on the away side, 2 rows up, old seats. He doesn't have these ones anymore, but up until this year, those were his seats. And him and his buddy Big Dog, and they were great because we were so close. Like you said, you could literally just say random stuff, and it was never vulgar, fuck you 12, or I fucked your mom. It was always like just dumb shit, but we wanted to see if we could get any type of acknowledgement out of them. And it worked a lot of the times, man. There was a guy, he was chewing on his mouth guard. He was like Steph Curry of this team. He was fucking just chewing, and it wasn't even brace. It was a group next to us, and they were like, "Hey, 12, you're gonna ruin your teeth. Stop chewing on your mouth guard." All game, and the kid literally would not look. Even if he was walking back to the sidelines, he would do like a sidewalk away from us because it was just a nervous thing that he probably did, right?
Yeah.
But we caught himself, like we would see him actually stop, and I was like, "Oh shit!" He now we are so in his head that he is now going to be thinking about this mouth guard more than the game, and it was so freaking funny, man.
Your parents didn't pay for braces for you to fuck up your teeth with a mouth guard?
No, this is what we were yelling. Like, it was the funniest stuff in the world, right?
You're going to pay for your own second set.
All the fans got behind it.
Like, you want your teeth to look like this guy over here?
Oh, man. Those are my favorite times, getting in the player's head. And like I said, just with fun, dumb stuff, right?
Yeah.
McCurdy has some bomb seats in Cleveland, and I was there I think it was last year, and I was looking. Oh no, it was actually 2 years ago because this was the Thursday night game I went to. It was the first night Thursday game I've ever been out there with them. And they were playing. It was a divisional rivals, Pittsburgh. So I think his name's Pat. Firemuth is their tight end.
Okay.
Well, I had no luck on tight ends the other year in the fantasy football league, so somehow I got this guy. Bro, I was yelling shit to him all game. And he literally, where we were sitting, he's about, 6 or 8 rows from the away side. And unfortunately for him, the tight end bench was right in front of me. So I had full conversations with my fantasy football player all game. I don't think he appreciated it, but I was like, bro, I need at least 3 more catches, 45 yards. A touchdown would be great, but not necessary. I was trying to fucking morale, and I was like, dude, you were looking good on that play, but you gotta watch the corner over here. I'm helping him out, right? I get a tap on my shoulder from the gentleman behind me, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I'm trying to think. I don't think I said anything right to piss anyone off. So I turn around, Cleveland Browns fan decked out in his gear just like me, and he kind of whispers. He goes, I have him too. Keep talking to him. I need some more points. But he goes, I'm not brave. You just keep. I got your back. And I look back at him. He's like 5'6", and I was like, "Man, fuck. All right, at least I got this guy as my secret weapon if another Browns fan wants to fight me." Oh, but it was so funny, and I was in that dude's head.
Oh my god,
the whole game. I was snapping photos of him. Pat, Firemuth, come on, buddy. I'm not looking for a fucking. I don't want to be greedy, but another 3 catches and 35 yards would be real nice right about now. Well, that's fun banter, right?
Right. Well, and so here's what I never knew until, some friends of ours have a son who's playing Division I football, and we got to go watch him suit up and everything, and then we went down on the field afterwards. And I was like, how much of what the fans are saying to you do you hear? And he's like, oh, everything. I mean, the stuff from the upper levels, you can't hear. It's all muddled in. But the people that are like the first 15 rows, if it's quiet enough, it's clear as day. And sometimes it's not necessarily the nicest stuff. And sometimes you want to turn around just to see who yelled that. Like, sometimes it's a really high-pitched voice, and maybe it sounds really pretty, and then you hear somebody yell something, and you're like, wait, what? Like, you want to what me? Like, I kind of want to turn around and find out who said that, but I'm a little scared of what I'm going to see when I turn around and see who said that.
Yes.
Like,
Hey, and especially
50-year-old woman, like,
no front teeth.
What's up, sweet cheeks? Here's my hotel key. Oh, God.
I was fortunate enough once we went up to a Seahawks game. That's my first team, if everyone doesn't know, Seahawks fan, right? So I went up with a few buddies and a friend that worked at Nike. He was part of the Carolina Panthers. I don't know what they call him. He was in team sports for Nike, whatever division.
Oh, okay.
Right, and Carolina was one of his teams. So we got free tickets, and we got field passes for warm up, pregame.
Yeah.
We could watch the game there, but we were in such a freaking corner that our seats were way better.
Oh.
So we went down on the field for everything, pretty much until right after kickoff. I wanted to watch the kickoff. Boom. Then we went up to our seats. But the funny part is since he was there for the Panthers, we came out of their tunnel.
Oh.
But much later, like we weren't part. Clearly, we were not part of the team. None of us had. None of us.
I really wanted you to run out of the tunnel and like fall flat on your face.
With like a bike helmet on, not even a football helmet. Put me in, coach.
Just a special kid on the side.
Put me in, coach. So we came out, dude, probably a good 2 or 3 minutes after like the last person, like the fucking jockstrap cleaner, right? He went out right before us, right? Yeah. So it was the coaches, the teams, the trainers, the fucking water boys, and then like literally the lowest person on the totem pole. They were in front of us.
Yeah.
Dude, when we hit the tunnel and went out on the field, the things that I heard made me blush. And I can be a vulgar son of a bitch. Yeah. And the things that some of these fans, the phrases that they strung together, I was impressed. And I remember looking in the stands and I was like, I didn't even know you could do that with that to someone's face. Like, I didn't know that. Is that a thing? It was insane.
Oh my God.
Those 12 fans, they are, it's pandemonium. But you're right. Like, probably from about 15 or 20 rows down, dude, it was literally, and it wasn't, people are still filing in and everything during the pregame and warm up. Yeah. But dude, some of the shit I heard, and it was so clear as day that's kind of when I was like, all right, when I go to sporting events, I don't want to be that guy of, fuck you and fuck your family and, blah, blah. I'd rather say dumb, cheesy shit, right? That just gets a chuckle or a laugh or any acknowledgement, because now I know, okay, I haven't said anything that that will make you want to cause harm to me.
No.
But I at least said something that I saw your shoulders go up and down. Right. Now I'm in your fucking head.
Like, if you're ever on like an NFL Films, thing, and they're like, hey, what's the funniest thing you ever heard yelled at you on the field? And you're like, oh, this one time, this guy I was in college and he was yelling at my coach, calling him bitch tits. And I chuckled so much, but I couldn't react.
Oh. No, dude, some fans are freaking nuts.
Oh my God.
Absolutely nuts. And I wish I had, this was so many years ago, I don't even know if it might have been a smartphone time.
Yeah.
It might have, like a I didn't have the cool stuff that we have now, right?
Yeah.
So and it's been so long, I can't remember. But the phrases we heard were freaking. Some of them were just out of control. But a lot of them, of them were just nuts. I remember one guy even had a dry eraser board. As the stands came down, there's always seems like there's one spot in every stadium. Moda has it, and there's a single seat, right? Just the way that the angles work.
Yeah.
So there was a guy sitting in the freaking front seat, all by himself, right out of the tunnel. I remember him holding up. It wasn't a very big one, maybe a little bigger than a piece of paper.
Yeah.
He would write phrases on it, and then he would have like a fucking sock, and then he would erase it. I'm like, dude, this guy is so into his seat that not only does he yell some of the most crazy vulgar things that I've ever heard of, but he fucking writes them on a dry eraser board, and they let him in the stadium with this dry eraser board.
Oh my God. Like, who's letting him in like this? Oh my
So see,
god.
they can hear us when they're on the field or the court or whatever sporting event you're going to.
Yeah.
They can hear you.
Yeah.
So you got to make it good, classy and good, right?
Well, so we used to, like, back in the day, there was a arena football league in the Portland area.
Oh yeah.
And we ended up with front row, like on the rail tickets right around the 45 or whatever it was in arena football. But what was funny is that the kids were really young at this point, and so this team's really trying to, like, hey, this is a great family event and everything else. And so every time they were cutting to commercial or whatever, they're showing our kids, and Jackson and McKenna ended up with like 5 or 6 footballs each or something like that over the season and a half that we went to this stuff, because every time we would take the kids there, the players are coming over and they're chatting with them, the refs coming over. Jackson still has like the referee's shirt.
Oh no shit.
He's like, hey, at the end of the game, can I get your shirt? I think, it's cool that I get to talk to a ref and you're really nice and everything else. And he's like, yeah, absolutely. So a ref came over and gave him his shirt. But some of the stuff like that you hear these guys talking about, it's so banal. Like that they cut to commercial or whatever it is, and these guys are on the sideline and they're like, hey, have you tried that place down on 17th? I can't remember. It's like a Korean barbecue place. Oh, yeah. No, I went there the other day. And these are guys on an opposite ends of the team or opposite teams. And they're still just talking about like, well, yeah, I was thinking about going and getting dinner there later tonight. I'm like, do you want to go? I'm like, yeah, no, I'll go with you, man. No worries. Well, do you want to like just carpool with me? Yeah, let's save on parking.
That's
Like, and then the cameras come back on, and he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. And they're like pushing at each other, and like you can see them pushing at each other after the play, and they're like, wait, what if we go to the fried chicken place instead? Like, wait a minute. Like, you guys aren't actually angry with each other. You're just playing hard.
That's right.
And then like making sure that you've got dinner plans.
Dude, I feel like all sports, they need to
Mic
up.
everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Just mic the entire. They should turn it into like NASCAR, right? You can actually rent the scanners if you don't own them, and you can tap into any car or their conversations with their spotters in their pit. How funny!
You're just listening to some guy that's on the bench, like, and is always on the bench, just over there going. Like, oh my god. That would be so great.
It's some of the stuff they talk about is gold. So I feel like that's a whole additional talk about getting in the game, right?
Yeah.
Listen to these guys. Watch out for fucking 28. That some bitch is coming.
Yeah.
I'm fucking gonna kill you. Like, this would be some good extra entertainment.
Like, did you ever see the ones with Andrew Luck and how he's just like ultra polite all throughout?
Yeah.
Like, he gets slammed to the ground and he's like, that was a good tackle, man. That was a good tackle. Hey, hit me a little bit higher in the chest next time, though. Okay, that one was a little low and I don't want to break another rib.
Who else was like?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Mahomes a little bit was like that on that Netflix thing that oh my God, Baker Mayfield, look at this freaking guy.
Yeah.
He would even tell some of the line, right? If they sacked him or dude, good hit, good hustle and shit. And I was like, are you saying this because it's being recorded for Netflix? Are you really?
Or are you really
genuinely like a nice?
Or if you don't have a mic on, is it, I'm gonna fuck you in the ass?
Well, we were talking about this before we recorded, but Mike McDaniel's the coach for Miami.
Yeah,
I love it because every time that he's mic'd up, once again, you gotta you don't know if he's always this funny, but some of the shit, like he'll be talking to two on the sideline, random shit, right?
Yeah,
he'll tell him, man, I watched some of your high school clip or from high school football days clips on YouTube, and two was like, oh, you did? He goes, what'd you think? He goes, You were underweight. You were slow. Your arm was horrible. And I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, he's having a banter with his starting quarterback of how shitty he was at high school. And they're both chuckling once again. I don't know,
Yeah.
Is it something
Is it real or is it not?
But I'll tell you, I was buying it. I was like, that is the funniest shit I've seen, right? Totally just having a little moment with the starting quarterback. And at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Sure, it's a game.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times I feel like if you take a little less of the seriousness, it helps out with the stress.
Yeah.
Right? Because you've heard athletes saying that for years. So I'm like, dude, maybe this Mike McDaniels, this is maybe his voodoo magic with this team. He's like, let's take your mind off it. Here, yeah, I saw you in college. You were fucking horrible. What happened? How did you? And then you get out there and you do some amazing shit. Who knows? I don't know. I just think he's one of my favorite coaches right now because the shit that he says is hilarious.
Well, we have a friend who was a center for Joey Harrington down at Oregon, and he tells stories of like. He'd be getting ready to line up and snap the ball and everything, and he would just start humming like, "This is a song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on."
Oh my god!
Just to try and like fuck with and you get some 6'5", 370-pound defensive lineman lining up next to you, and he goes. It goes on and on. Like, yep, that's right. I got that song stuck in your head for the rest of the game.
That's right. It's go time now. I got you.
Like, oh my god, just the stupid shit that they do. Like, not dirty, not horrible, not offensive, just stupid shit that we do to fuck with people.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I do every day.
Yeah. Well, why do you think I had the spray bottle in my truck? Like I had somebody get all road ragey at me at one time, and I brought the spray bottle out and I sprayed their window, and he looks at me and he just starts giggling, and I'm like, yeah, see, I mean, you act ridiculous, I act ridiculous, and then we both laugh about it and go on our merry way.
There we go, see?
Oh, he was down.
Frickin' Mayfield.
He was definitely down.
Look at him.
That's total horseshit. All right.
Oh, yep, down.
Yep. Should have reviewed that.
Oh, yeah, cost him a touchdown. It's tied up again.
Yep.
Going into the fourth. Frickin' tied up.
All right. So, the representative.
Oh, shit, that's right. It's up. Got to do our scoring system.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me break out the phone because we've reworked the scoring system.
Yeah, it was brought to our attention by a few dance moms.
Yeah, that apparently lightning was bullshit, or it was too difficult to understand. So the new scoring system, and we have all sorts of like pretty images that we'll put up on the socials and website and whatever else however I figured this shit out. So we've got Ruby Award for the bottom, High Silver Award, Gold Award, High Gold Award, and Platinum.
There we go. So we still have 5 levels, right?
We still have 5 levels, and
Platinum still being
Platinum is the ultimate.
The ultimate, man.
There's no lightning anymore. I liked lightning, but whatever. Fine, the women are right. Stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. All right. Well, here, let me take another sip here. Well, the ice has helped a lot. It is not nearly as hot as when we first started. But the flavor's not as bold as it was.
Oh, the flavor has toned. So, all right. So here it is. So do we do a score pre-cube?
Well, like when we first pour.
Yes.
Well, so I think when it was first poured.
Or you do one and I'll do the other.
Well, I think we just do overall score, but like for
Kinda
me,
like an average.
Yeah. Well, for me, like when it was first poured, it was fucking hot.
Dude,
like,
it was
really hot.
Now, we were both a little hungover from our endeavors the night before.
That never happens.
But holy shit, it was really hot.
It was really hot.
It was a screaming 4-year-old.
Yeah.
With some heat.
Yeah.
I felt it in my toes.
Yeah.
But the flavors were extreme.
Yeah.
At that level.
Really incredibly well pronounced flavors.
You knew.
Even for as hot as it was. Shit, for me, this is at least a high gold.
I got to do another sip myself.
I think
you could be right on that.
It's
That's
at
kind of
least
what I was.
it's
That's what I
almost
was
a
leaning.
platinum. I think it's almost a platinum for me. I mean, not that my palate's that spectacular, but
I don't know. See, now after
with,
that last
with the
sip,
ice,
it has toned down so much that I don't know if it's toned it down too much.
it has. There's too much ice melted into it now. I refreshed yours a little bit. But,
So I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence between a gold and a high gold right now.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a high gold on this one, just because, despite the fact that it's fucking hotter than shit, just raw. Just kind of like we are. We're hotter than shit when we're raw.
I've heard that multiple times.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. So have I.
All right, fuck it. We're going high gold.
I got to go high gold just for the number of flavors and everything else that I can actually legitimately taste.
Dude, nutty milk, buddy. Nutty milk.
Nutty milk.
That's a mic drop moment right there.
The nutty milk flavor on the back end of my tongue.
Boy. Is that door locked, buddy?
Well, it didn't gag me, but it's pretty good.
Oh, God. Well, on that note.
All right, so high gold for the representative this
representative.
week. All right, that's fair enough for me.
All right, man. Well, shit. Cheers. That was a good episode.
Yeah, here. Cheers.
All right, man.
Fuck me. Well, this was not the most organized episode ever, but
hey, gangbangs and making athletes laugh.
Yep.
That's where we're at in our life.
We're just fucking loud.
I love it.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you all for listening to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast, Episode 12, The Gangbang. Remember to follow us on social media. Suggest us to your friends and family. And, you know, we've got little tappy things up there at Tapforia that you can scan or tap and find our podcasts and find our socials and everything else. And, you know, hit us up on the socials. Hit us up on the website. Let us know what you want us to talk about, what we got wrong.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Right, exactly. What we got right,
Everything.
or if you got somebody that you think needs to come on and just beat the shit out of us, you know, we're happy to have guests at this point.
Or
so.
shit, if you have tickets to sporting events where players can hear, let us know.
Oh my God, Mike and I in our podcast gear just barking at people. We need shit for our podcast. Yell back at us.
Oh, good times.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. This episode of Whiskey and Wine Podcast sponsored by Portland Party Bus, Portland's original party bus company, where the ride becomes the party. Call us to book your next event, just professional staff and a party all along the way. Visit them at pdxpartybus.com and plan your next wine, beer tasting, birthday party, or just great weekend with them. pdxpartybus.com.